Hey guys, Devin from LA Spas. Today we're going to go through some common questions a lot of people have before buying a hot tub. So today we're going to go over a few things: budget, size, electrical, location, and your sanitizer. So affordability, that's something that a lot of people are really concerned about. They walk into the store, they're wondering how much does a hot tub cost? Reality is pretty much anybody can afford a hot tub these days. There's a lot of cheaper options, plug and play units that you don't need to have special electrical hookup. There are larger units that you can spend a lot of money on, but the reality is pretty much anybody can afford a hot tub these days. So you probably have the perfect location already picked out for your hot tub, but there's a few things you probably should consider before putting it into that spot. One is making sure it's close to a door, the door that you have access to, because you're going to be using the hot tub quite a bit. If it's really far away from the house and you have to take a shovel, and clean the snow off every winter, you're less likely to use it. Whereas if it's right there, you can open the cover up, jump out, and use it right away. So you found the perfect location for your hot tub. Now we need to figure out the size. So something to consider is how much space you have to fit the hot tub, but also the amount of room for your steps. You need about 2 feet in the front, and then you're also going to want about 2 feet behind the hot tub for your covers to sit. So when your cover lifter opens up, it's going to be hanging off to the back a little bit. So a little bit of room in front and the back gives you a bit of space to work with. Okay, so we figured out the size. We figured out the budget. Now we need to figure out the electrical connection. A lot of these hot tubs are going to be a plug and play, which means you don't need any special wiring. You can plug it right into the wall. But most spas, the larger ones in particular, are going to require special electrical hookups. So they're usually 240 volts, between 30 to 60 amps. So you're going to have an electrician, either ours or your electrician, come by and actually do a proper hookup. Sanitizers. There's a few different options to choose from. Chlorine and bromine are the two most popular. Chlorine is really popular because it's a cheaper alternative and it tends to work a little bit faster. Bromine's best if you have sensitive skin. The third option is salt water. So salt water is very similar to how chlorine works at killing the bacteria, but instead of you adding the chlorine on a daily basis, the system will automatically produce it for you. So it's a little bit less maintenance. It saves you money in the long run as well, but it's basically the same thing as having chlorine in the water. So we figured out budget, size, sanitizer, and location. So if you guys have any extra questions, let's leave them in the comments and we'll answer them in the next video.